welcome to 10 Minutes Astrology. I'm Rob Chang.
And I am Alejo Lopez. Welcome, everyone.
Oh, Alejo, you have got nice hair today. You just tidied up all back. It's a
Thank
new
you.
start.
Yes, I'm starting to become a little more fancy. I need to push up a little bit. Come on.
Oh my God, it's a new start, like the one we're going to talk about today.
Exactly.
The spring is in the air.
Spring is in the air. Yeah, one needs to look pretty. Now we're getting out more, so one needs to be pretty, Yes.
Oh yes, I agree. Yes, need to getting out more. Yes, that's my new goal to try to do more exercise during the when the Mars and the Uranus form the aspect. I try to kick myself, do more exercise, try to lose weight.
Good. Yeah, it's a good purpose.
So I think we talk about the house and we talk about the inner planet. I think today we are going to bring something new so our audience can apply with their chart, right?
Yes, I think so. It's going to be very interesting. Yes.
Yeah, so
and it's something everybody has heard about.
Yes.
Everybody knows what we're going to be talking about, but they don't really know, but they know. Yes.
So they know, but they don't know.
Yes. Can you guess what is it that I'm referring to?
Mercury retrograde.
It could be actually.
Could be, yes. Okay, I know what we're going to talk about. Alejo and I we said we're going to talk about star sign, zodiac sign. So everyone knows zodiac sign, like such say you are Aries, he's Taurus, she's Gemini, but in astrology it's not very simple in this way, because most people when they say I am Aries, that means I have my sun in Aries. But in astrology, any planet could be in Aries, right?
Exactly.
So today,
and if you have your sun in Aries, probably you have all of the other planets, or not all, but many of the other planets in a different sign. So you're not simply Aries, you're complex.
Yes, everyone is complex. No one is just like, I'm only Aries, I'm sheer Aries, I'm pure Aries.
Exactly.
Yeah, so remember that one thing very important in your chart, you have a planet in different sign. So you are not just sun in Aries, you could be moon in Libra or Mars in Capricorn. Anyway, but today what we're going to learn is star sign, the basic archetype, or maybe we can say keyword, try to understand how to delineate, how to interpret a star sign, not just talking about sun sign. So we can apply every planet in this sign. So we will talk about their story, we will talk about their keyword, and then we will do a practice how to apply when a planet move into this sign. So we start with, as we say, it's a new star. So we always start from Aries.
Yes.
Why, Alejo? Why we always start with Aries?
Well, Aries is considered the beginning of the zodiac because when the sun gets to what we call the 0 degrees of Aries, so the beginning of this sign is when we have spring. So it's like nature is coming back to life, so everything is starting again.
So that's why we have this theme. We're going out more. Everything spring is in the air. This is because Aries, the astrologer we consider when sun in the Aries is beginning of the springtime. So what are you going to share with us today?
Well, today, if we think of Aries, there's a myth. I mean, there's a little story related to this. The symbol of Aries is the ram. So there are many stories related with the ram in sacred literature, I don't know how to call it, mythological literature. And one of them is the golden fleece of Jason. So basically, there was maybe some of you have heard the story. There was this king Pelias, and he was the uncle of Jason, and he was in power. He was on the throne, right? And he read about his future. He asked for advice about his future, and the oracle told him that he should be careful about a man who was walking with only one sandal on his foot. Now Jason was not educated near Pelias. He was educated far away with Chiron. Chiron is a centaur, and he's like a wise centaur, and he usually gets all of the heroes. You know, the gods, they give him heroes so that he will raise them, right? So he's raised with Chiron, and after all of this education, and he becomes very much aware of his role in the world, and then he has to claim the throne back, because that's actually, he's the true heir to the throne, not Pelias, his uncle. So he needs to go back and reclaim the throne. So he has to go through this decision to do that. And when he crosses the river, there's this story that he helps an old lady crossing the river. And this old lady is actually Hera, you know, the goddess Hera. And that's how he loses his sandal. So basically, it's kind of a sign that the gods are on his side, you know. So basically, when he arrives, he meets his father first, and then he goes to Pelias, and he goes to ask for the throne. He's like, "This is the throne. I'm back now. I'm 20 years old. I can take the throne back. I can be the king, and I'm back to take the throne." And Pelias, of course, he sees him without one of the sandals. He remembers the oracle, and he says he's coming to take the throne. I'm never going to have the throne again. So he sets him on a quest. He says, if you want the throne, you have to prove yourself worthy of it. And you will have to find and bring me the golden fleece, which is protected by a snake that never sleeps. So this is the story of Jason and the Argonauts. You may have heard of it. He gathers his friend. There's also Medea, you know, the witch, the sorcerer.
Yes.
She also goes with him. So basically, they go through a lot of adventures in order to claim for this golden fleece. They finally get it, and they come back and claim for the throne. So the whole story about Jason is about claiming for your right place, right? Fighting your battles and claiming to be who you really are. Claiming, you know, like, this is fighting for your place in the world, and being aware of what's your power and what you can do, and how to gain that position in the world.
Yes. So I mean, we maybe can talk about this next time, but we usually use this the type of image we call it archetype. So it's like a kind of a warrior type, right? Or young warrior, very brave and very willing to accept challenge type things.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Imagine to go and challenge the king. I mean, you're only 20 and you go and challenge your uncle.
How dare you?
It is truly an archetype. Like, if you think about Hamlet, if you think about the Lion King, you know, there's this story being repeated over and over again.
Exactly, because when you talk about beginning of the story, that I was suddenly thinking, oh, it's that Lion King. It's a little bit like Lion King too. Exactly. Thank you. So this kind of archetype is original image and keep repeating in a different story, different artwork, right?
Yes, exactly. I think so too.
Yeah. So when we think about Aries, though, this mythology help us understand how this constellation is formed, and how the meaning behind the base on this kind of very brave young man accept challenge and try to conquer the world and try to prove himself. But we used to learn the modality, cardinal, fixed, and mutable, and we also learn the element. Don't forget, this is another way to add more vocabulary, add more keywords into a star sign. So like a cardinal sign, when we think about cardinal sign, then describe Aries is very direct and very brave and initiative, like start things. And anything you want to add on for the cardinal?
Well, what we were saying before, I don't think the signs are associated with the seasons themselves, but when the Greeks thought about this, they were looking at the world around them. And when it was Aries, they saw that life was coming back to life, you know, life was coming back to life. That it was, I mean, nature seemed dead, but actually it was not dead, and life was coming back to the surface of the earth, right? So I think they saw this idea of something starting again, the beginning, and this energy.
Starting. Exactly. And it's a fire sign, so it's about passion, about the action, about the moving, but also about life itself, and about like understanding of self. All this kind of thing is related to fire sign, more likely action, I think, doing and you know, acting and you know, and showing their passion of life. This is quite a few keyword about the fire sign. But how about
Yeah.
its ruling planet Mars?
Okay, so Mars is the god of war,
Yeah,
basically. So it's about, again, it's about this idea of competitivity,
yeah,
aggression,
yeah,
assertiveness, being
yes,
very straightforward, perhaps being a bit
yes,
brute sometimes, like being,
yeah.
you
Yeah,
know.
yesterday I was teaching horary and I read A Life of Mars. I suddenly fall in love with it. Obey no one. It's quite
Yeah, good.
interesting. So every planet, it's not just you are Sun in Aries, you have this quality. I think when you have Sun in Aries, you are proud of this quality. But when the
Exactly.
other planet, now we need to learn is when the other planet moving into Aries, how we going to uh, delineate, how we going to interpret it. Alejo, do you want to choose one planet and
Yeah,
we
let's do
talk about
Venus.
oh, challenge Venus
I'm gonna
in
choose the controversial one. Yeah, that's why.
I
I was
know
gonna say let's
it
go
is
for Mercury, but I'm saying okay, let's do Venus, and then we can ask
yes
our audience to practice with Mercury. But we can do Venus, which is a bit more controversial, I think.
yes because listen, people are worried. Beginner will think about oh Venus is beautiful, but how beautiful related to this kind of fearful energy, okay?
Exactly. Yes.
Mm,
So the signs will always tell us the signs are not like the planets. They are not action driven. They
mm,
are qualities, right? So they are
mm,
how the planet is going to express itself. So
yeah
there's no contradiction because this is very interesting
yeah
what you said. I think it happens a lot when you're first starting. You're like Venus is beautiful and love. The sign of Aries is like war and
mm-hmm,
competitivity. How this is a contradiction? Oh no, there's no contradiction. What this
mm,
means is that this person who has Venus in Aries finds beauty in competitivity. They value being straightforward. They value assertiveness. They might be attracted
ah
to people who are very clear, who defend their ground, who fight for what they
wow
want, who are very
yeah.
energetic. So, but there's no contradiction. They love that.
Exactly. This is how astrology works. And even if you find a contradiction or even if you find confusion, don't worry, that's life. Life is not always black and white. Life is a kind of full of contradict itself too. So that's how I see it. But I agree with you. So when Venus in Aries, that's a value. They value the quality for Aries, very direct of passion and action. So
Exactly.
the beauty is also in the action. The beauty is also in
Yes.
the action. So they could be like a those, you know, bodybuild, not 100% bodybuilder, but those those sportive men, you know, those people who in the Olympic game, that they find the
Yeah.
beauty of action, beauty of competition. Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is how we read a Venus in Aries. You still find beauty in the action. You find beauty, and when you think something is valuable, you want to fight for it. You want to get it.
Exactly.
You want to conquer it. This is how Venus in Aries. So it's not just Sun in Aries. We can put every planet into Aries and try to interpret them. So now our exercise for our audience today is Mercury in Aries. So
Yes.
think about what's Mercury about? Communication, talking, and or
Thinking,
you thinking, yes,
siblings.
yes, sibling. So what's their relationship with sibling, with Aries quality? How they talk? Are they talk about? Let me tell you. You know, yesterday I met Alejo and we just or their way is more. That's different. Okay, what quality when Mercury in Aries, or how they deal with people around them. This is also
Yeah.
related to the Mercury in the Aries. Well, that's a lot of fun, and this Aries, so we move very fast. Like I'll pass the bum 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 bum. I wonder what we're going to do next week when we go to Taurus.
Let's see how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for watching 10 Minutes Astrology. And it's the best way, easy way to learn astrology with a professional astrologer. I'm Rod Chan, and with
Alejo Lopez.
yes, Alejo. So how people can find you? Can they find you on Instagram?
Yeah, okay. On Instagram, I'm Liminal Cosmos.
Liminal Cosmos. Alejo is Liminal Cosmos, and you can find me on AOAUK ROD. So next time we'll talk about next sign is Taurus. Stay in tune. Bye bye.
Bye.